Hey gang, Carl White here, broadcasting from headquarters number 2 up here in beautiful High Point, North Carolina on Ake Hollow Lake. And you are listening to Loan Officer Freedom, #1 podcast in the world today for loan officers. And I am flying solo with you here today. Again, a great message. It's going to be probably about a 10-minute episode because I got a meeting in 10 minutes and somebody asked me a great question. And I thought, man, that's a great question for a great topic in a podcast. And here's the topic. So the topic is, should I spend part of my prospecting time looking for CPAs, right? So I thought about that because this person had just finished talking to their CPA. It's tax time. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at other referral sources, right? So I know we always think of typically we think of the real estate agent, and for some reason, and for the life of me, I don't know why, so many people are always looking for another source other than the #1 source. One thing I always keep in mind: 67% of all home buyers use the loan officer that the real estate agent recommended. 67%, right? That's a big number. So always keep that in mind. But this was a question specifically about CPAs. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with working with a CPA. In fact, I think there's a lot of right things about it. I think it's totally cool. But here's the thing: working with CPAs has a little bit of a flaw. And as I'm recording this episode, it's tax season time. And the problem, the flaw that working with CPAs has is you need to leave them the heck alone from about November to around like the end of May, because they do 90% of their work during tax season, and tax season runs about like, November-ish, maybe, middle of November, until about May, right? That's kind of tax season. And 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 as I'm recording this, we're coming up on April here. April 15th, classically the tax deadline to paying their taxes. And so accountants, they're really busy, and you want to see how something works out. Call them this week, right here at the peak of tax season, and ask for a meeting with them, and see how that works out. Frankly, if they have time for you, they're probably not somebody you want to work with because they don't have any clients, right? And so now, if I find I already have a connection with one, like maybe we have a common client, or I need documentation from them to close a loan, well, then of course I'm going to see about us working together. And I just simply use the just ask script, right? Very, very, very simple, right? But one thing that I keep in mind is that my average top producing agent refers me way more closings than my or any other average top producing CPA. So since I can only do one thing at a time, I may as well go after the one thing that's going to give me the most results, the more amount of loans in my business is going to give me the most amount of closable deals. So for me, if I say yes to spending time with prospecting a CPA, I'm saying no to the prospecting of yet another real estate agent, which is going to, again, typically give us 1 to 2 closings a month. So, you know, keep in mind that also with the real estate agents, they're fair game 12 months out of the year, right? I can call them anytime. I don't have to stay away from them during the busy season because they need you, they need me, they need us during the busy season, the real estate agents. And so the real estate agent is a fair game 12 months out of the year. And again, my winners, right? My real estate agent winners provide me with 4 to 8 referrals each and every month on average, resulting in 1 to 2 closings per month each, right? So that's something to keep in mind with. And again, so do we want to work with CPAs? Yes, of course we do. But if I'm sitting here deciding, okay, I've got 30 minutes of prospect, what do I go after? Well, do you want to print $5 bills, or do you want to print $50 bills? Or do you want to print, if I'd say $3,000 bills? That's what the average loan officer makes on the average closing. They don't make $3,000 bills, at least not today. And so if I'm going to spend my time prospecting, I'm going to reach out to the thing that can, like the biggest gold vein, the biggest bucket of gold. I'm going to go after that one. And some people say, well, you wait a minute, Carl, we need to have different pillars. right? We need to have different streams of income. And I'm 1,000% into that. Keep in mind that each real estate agent is a different pillar, right? Because if I lose one agent, I didn't lose the other 40, right? I just lost that one. I have 40 others, right? So it's not like if I'm getting referrals from 40 real estate agents, that's not one source, that's 40 resources, unless they all come out of one office. Like if I'm getting all my referrals from one builder, that's very scary. If I'm getting all my referrals from one real estate office that has 30 different agents, because the broker is, I have a deal set up with a broker, some sort of co-marketing agreement of some sort, that's very scary. But if I've got 40 different agents from 40 different sources, that's not one pillar, that's 40 pillars. So don't print $5 bills, print $50 bills, or print $100 bills, or print $3,000 bills. Don't print $5 bills. So I think you get the gist of what I'm saying here. So I'm not saying not to go after CPAs. I'm just saying, by design, if I got prospecting time, go after the thing that's going to pay you the most. And I have found it is so easy to add new agents on, as many people that I talk to, it's just not that hard. And we just had a loan officer went from 0 closings. Mr. Hittner went from 0 closings to 9 closings this month, which is what, like 3 months later, 4 months later, went from 0 to 9 in 4 months, right? So it's just not that hard. You just have to actually take action and follow the plan. Hey, if you want to take a look at the plan, we'd love to show it to you. If you just go to freedomclubdemo.com, freedomclubdemo.com, and we'll show you the plan. We won't charge you a dime to do it, and it'll be a one-on-one call. And you just click on that link, freedomclubdemo.com. You click on that link, or you go to that link, and it'll ask you a couple questions so that we can best prepare for the class, so we can knock your socks off. And then it'll take you to a calendar. You pick a time and day that works best for you, and then we'll map out for 45 minutes. We'll show you exactly what my team is doing, literally step by step, to close literally hundreds of loans each and every month, including this month, right? It's hundreds of loans, and we'll show you exactly how we do it. So freedomclubdemo.com. Love on your CPAs. They're awesome people. And spend your time where your needle will get moved the most, and we're happy to show you how. So thanks again. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the great reviews, and we'll talk to you when you call in. Bye-bye.